Greetings once again. This is Brother Teacher. Peace and blessings. Most of you that follow me or who know me always hear me say to study the world in which you live so that you know how to navigate in that same world. Well, this particular subject or topic today is no different than that. We must learn how to be our own scientist. We must study our own human body so that we know how to take care of it properly. Many of us, to include myself, throughout our lifetimes, have neglected this beautiful machine that the Creator has given us. But as we see the light, as one old friend of mine used to say, we have to walk in the light once we understand. So with that said, I want to discuss with you today digestion and elimination. Now, the first thing is this. We should be eating foods that are nutritional and not foods that are not nutritional. The human body needs nutrition in order to live, in order to thrive. And when you don't have nutrition or proper nutrition, you become malnutrition. And then you ultimately will die. That's simple. So let us begin about the process of digestion. I will try to be as simple as possible and not too overcomplicated so that even the layperson can understand this. When you put food in your mouth, you begin the mechanical breakdown of that food, chewing or mastication. There's a reflex once you put food in your mouth that's psychological as well, that causes your mouth to secrete more saliva. Within that saliva is an enzyme called ptyalin. Ptyalin helps to aid in the breakdown of the food that's being chewed in your mouth. Once you swallow your food, it forms what is called a bolus. And that bolus begins to go down your esophagus. Once it travels down your esophagus through an involuntary muscle movement called peristalsis, it enters your stomach. Once the food or the bolus enters your stomach walls begin to secrete hydrochloric acid and pepsin. And your stomach begins to churn that bolus up, mixing all of the acids and all of the enzymes together along with other hormones that aid in breaking down that bolus. Once the bolus is broken down, it becomes what is called chyme. It is more liquefied. As the chyme, or the remainder of your food that's broken down, begins to leave the stomach, it then enters your small intestine. And the upper part of the small intestine that it enters is called the duodenum. Once it enters the duodenum, your liver secretes something called bile. And your pancreas secretes more enzymes to aid in the further breaking down of the chyme. As the food or the chyme is being broken down, it begins to travel through your small intestine, and then it reaches your large intestine. But before it reaches your large intestine, understand this, that most of the absorption of nutrition and minerals and so forth is assimilated, or it is accomplished in your small intestine. There are little fingers in your small intestines called villi. They are the ones that extract the protein and all of the other necessary nutrients from that chyme into your blood cells, and it's traveled throughout the body, and all of your body's tissue, muscles, organs, and bones are fed the nutrition. So while that chyme is moving around in your small intestine, it begins to enter your large intestine. Now, this is where your process of elimination begins. So as it travels your large intestine, and there are several parts of the intestines. There's, for example, the ascending large intestine. There's the transverse large intestine. That means it goes across. And then there's the descending large intestine. So let's say it ascends, the chyme is, and it transcends, and then it descends. It begins to travel down. So as it is traveling down, your body absorbs the water from it into this large intestine along with the salt, and then it begins to form what we know today as fecus or feces. And then it gets to the lower part of your intestines, and it begins to go out to the rectum. It is stored in your rectum as feces, and then it is held there until you receive a muscular urge to have to go to the bathroom. Once you receive that muscular urge to go to the bathroom, then you will go to the bathroom and you will eliminate or evacuate what we know today as a bowel movement. And that, in a nutshell, is how digestion works and elimination works as well in general. This is Brother Teacher. If you have any further concerns or questions about this subject matter or any other subject matter that I've discussed in time past, please leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will, as always, be back to answer those questions and concerns. You be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. So long.